because, oh my word, my tracking is not communicating. But hello, greetings and welcome in everyone. My name is Harrier Citadel, avian alien sentinel of Fort Misthaven, perpetrator of creative chaos, general maker of things, and spell transmute. Things talk to each other. I've been fighting with hardware, refusing to deal with its own brainwave. So I do not know to what extent we will actually have tracking today. Ah, lovely. Let's get started thinking how to change IP addresses for that reason. That is just kind of okay. No good reason. No, now we've got it. Now we're back. There we go. There we go. Alright. Hello, Sishian. Welcome in. Hello. Hope you're doing good. How has the day been? Hello, welcome in. Good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. I should probably, before I forget again, now that we're back into some degree of normalcy, hydrate timer. I want to stay working. Oh boy. Okay, I have had 3 disconnections in as many minutes as we have been live. Like 4 disconnections. This is insane. How? Like, I can understand the Wi-Fi connection between my phone and my laptop being abysmal because, you know, Wi-Fi is dodgy on the best days. But I'm on a LAN cable. You know what? I know exactly what this is. This is infrastructure. Please let us get satellite internet soon because, oh my goodness, depending on this country, to have a cable that works is like expecting a cow to do calculus. There is a non-zero chance that a cow could do calculus, but don't hold your hopes up for it, honestly. And that's what it feels like in terms of getting people to maintain infrastructure. Now, internet is suffering accordingly. Oh man. Okay, so are we gonna just pretend to be stable now? Please, internet? So many things are broken right now. It's screaming at me. It's horrible. Okay, this is not off to a strong start. I am so sorry. This is off to a really start. I'm gonna just stop broadcasting for a second. The screen is gonna just say it's disconnected for a bit. But it shouldn't end the broadcast, so to speak. I'm just going to check one thing, and then if that fixes maybe a fraction of anything, then great. Otherwise, I don't really know I'll try and reconnect so that we can communicate. If I can't manage to connect, it means that things are even more broken than I expected. So I will try to be back in just a second. Oh boy. Okay, I'll be back. no idea who this is going to be. Just change a couple of settings. Hopefully it will be a little bit more stable. We shall see. Ooh. Does not fix the communication errors I have been fighting with Wi-Fi, but hopefully it should be yeah, I've been fighting with hardware for the last 3 hours. So needless to say, I am a little behind where I wanted to be this day. Just a little bit. But I think we are slowly pushing back into some degree of sanity. Potentially. Okay. We're gonna try and get things to work, but if they fall over and break, I apologize. Okay, so the settings that I adjusted did in fact not do anything for the disconnections. That means that it is national infrastructure that is being buggy. That is most annoying. It's 3 in the morning. No one should be downloading or uploading anything except for us crazies who are streaming. Like, why? Just why? Some days are just like that, I guess. Okay. I don't know how to fix that. That doesn't sound too good. Hope the issues get sorted quickly today. Oh no, these are persistent issues. Let's phrase it this way. Satellite internet cannot come fast enough. It's just still unfortunately illegal around here. Because, insert various bits of political information that I don't really want to talk about on stream here. Because it just makes one angry. So, yes. Politics results in bad internet. In very, very, very sideways means. And that is now causing grief, unfortunately. So, yeah. I'm gonna see if we can get... Yeah, their tracking is broken again. That's Wi-Fi doing the dumb. Okay. There is so very much that needs to be repaired in the setup this day. I'm very sorry about that, guys. So yeah, things are probably going to continue to break throughout this stream. I am giving you guys that fair warning. I have no idea if and when any semblance of stability shall return. Unfortunately, my ISP is a little bit of a monopoly in the area at the moment, so it's not like I even have the option to look at that and see if there maybe not the problem is just as likely as the national infrastructure, but so it goes, right? Let me just try this. And a little bit like that. Maybe that will be a little bit clearer. Who knows? So yeah, we're gonna try. But expect a couple of disconnections throughout the evening, I think. And it feels like it is very, very, very particular about what these stupid stuff. Okay. I just want to check the setting here as well because this is ridiculous. Okay. Only so much I can do. Okay. Only so much. Right. Let us see. So we are working again on Sishian's model today. We're going to be continuing with rendering bits and pieces. Still working on the hair. Filled in the gaps with most of the pieces we need for clothing. I still need to draw the hand pieces and everything in terms of shapes. I've put the silhouettes down for a whole bunch of parts. So we're just going to actually start rendering a couple of those out. And I'm going to start, methinks, with the cape pieces. So, drop that on. Like that. And actually I'll come over here a little bit. And just clean up this edge because that's unnecessary. And why is... Okay. Thought something was weird. Okay. So, first things first, what we're going to do is we're going to copy this pattern. And all of our parts, like so. But I think I'm going to undo that because I think there's one thing I want to do. Because I'm looking at the way that the pattern interacts here on the reference. And I'm thinking that it may be a layer style thing. And also what I want to do is I want to put a layer of color on this and make that So now what we're gonna do, not quite. It feels like it needs another point in this. This one, the opacity is going to be about, let's make it 30. Do that. And let's try. Way closer to the mark. Advanced settings, grab you, make you 10. And so closer. So it's certainly getting there. That's the one. That's the gradient. Okay. That's the one. Okay. So now that I duplicate in its entirety for those two pieces, which will get deformed and so on. Still. So we're not quite done with it yet. Now here what we need to do is grab our shading color. And symmetry ruler. That. And does that want to be multiply? Does that want to be linear burn? That so wants to be linear burn. Oh my word, that looks so much nicer in linear burn. Okay. And then from there, like that. And from there, like that. Okay. So that should give us a bit of depth to work with. For the back of this way. Next piece. Actually wants a little bit of a rotation. just so that there's an implied depth to the way that things shift and curve. Right, something like that. And actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do all of the edges like this, and then just or no. That should be decent depth on that. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Okay. Now what I do want to do here, screen on. Just pull that out a little bit more. Hmm. Should this be a color there? Hmm. We're gonna roll with that. So then on this side, also near then, here. Alright, that will give us texture on the inside of that. That will work. Let's see. Save button is in order. And a hydrate is in order, I can see apparently as well. So everyone acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverages. And let's take a sip. For a change, I'm back on coffee. Oh. So what's everyone else having? Yeah, I think inside of that cake is looking appropriate and correct and right, and I'm happy with that. Yeah, okay. I still need to do rough render on. I still need to do silhouettes on the fur pieces, and I need to do the brooch. And I need to actually create that embroidery still. Okay, so let's go to here, and then just hide that section. I just want to see what's happening on that sleeve. Those on again, so I've got context to work with. This one needs to go away because I'm going to duplicate this side and remove bits. So let's go low-hanging fruit first and start with the ribbon. It looks so cute. You do indeed. I'm very, very glad with how it's coming together so far. Still a lot of work still to do, but we're getting there. Wrong layer. Yeah. Hide that for a moment. Let's see. Yeah, extra bits. not that way. That did not go how I wanted it to go. Okay, that will work. Now, yeah. That looks a little bit light. That looks a little bit more light indeed. Okay. So that is going to be our first loop. Next. My top one. Alright. That. Then here. Drop in. Along these lines. There we go. And then what I want to do is grab like that. I'm kind of just fudging my way through this, but that's fine. If it ends up looking good, that's the main point, right? Trying to figure out this rendering as we go. It's fine. I don't know which one is better. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. There we go. That will work for that. That will work for that. Okay. Now it's the ribbon tails. So let's work with the same sort of logic. Push my yeah. We've got ripple, ripple, probably another one there. Like that. And just soften this up along these lines. Or am I being daft with this? I feel like I did not do that. Okay. That'll do the trick. Soften this up a bit more. And on this side also. There we go. All right. I think I'm gonna need to apply texture to this ribbon a bit more because at the moment it's feeling a little bit like metal. So I think a fabric texture will do this the world of good. Let me see what I've got in store in terms of fabric textures. I feel like this is going to be the right one for the job. Okay, so now we duplicate that. There. This way. Angle. And duplicate. Pop that in there. Lapse. Hide. Grab you. Here. Adjust the angle. Okay. And duplicate. Here. Alright, that will work. Shadow there. And that. Okay. That should work. Okay. I feel like we're getting somewhere now. There we go. Okay. Now if we throw the texture back on and assemble. Okay, that will do the trick. That will do the trick. For our anti-gravity ribbons. Save. You know what I forgot to do now that I hit the save button? I forgot to reset our hydrate timer. Let's do that real quick. There we go. And I think with that it's actually time for another hydrate. Okay, so everyone, acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverages and let's take a sip. Okay, that will do the trick. I'm actually pretty happy with the chains as they are at the moment. I'm just going to give them a little bit of shading close to where they are going to overlap with things. In terms of their rendering, but I'm going to leave that one for now. I'm going to hide these for now as well. That one is empty. You. Okay. So this is going to be one of 2 layers for this piece of the cape. Now the reason why I've got it with a distinct corner here and a distinct overlap like this is because based on the reference here, there is actually an opening on the side of this cape as well. So I don't necessarily want to close that up and then make it boring. Like, that opening is actually an interest point, so keeping it and utilizing it as an actual functional thing seems smart to me. So when the arm is down like this, the option will be there for the cape to actually be closed in the front a little bit, but there'll also be an option to sling that back over the arm depending on the pose as well. So we'll see exactly how that all plays together. For now, what we want to do is put this on a linear bed and just give everything that bends away a little bit of an edge. Like that. And now nope. Full page out, thank you. I want to add a little bit on this side as well. I want that to curve away from the viewer just a little bit. And just tone this down a smidge. And now what I want to do is I want to add another linear burn on top of this, with which we can add a little bit of interest. So what we're going to do is we're going to assume that that corner is always going to be in contact with the arm in some way, shape, or form. So from here, we're going to need a little bit of pressuring. Also because that's where it's separating from the back panel as well. So there's going to be something along those lines. And there's probably going to be a side wedge like that as well. And in all likelihood, if we look at how it's going to anchor on, there's probably also going to be a little bit of a pressuring. So that is what we are going to work with as our fundamental shapes for our shading. Okay, so now what we do is we grab airbrush and we make those go less. that goes less. And that becomes less. And all of that. What I do want to do is I just want to trim this down a smidge. Okay, that'll work. Now, wow, let's see about also going to need a shade or a shadow. Let's put that in place first. Right, and then blur it a bit. That'll do the trick. For that, now what I want to do is here, take that screen layer, there again. Soften this edge because this is a little bit too much. But I think I'm going to do that with this brush instead. Keep a little bit of that painterly vibe going. It looks wrong if it's a little bit too perfect. Throwing in a couple of textural imperfections. still too harsh. Actually, I don't like things. Undo. There we go. And reduce intensity. Sigh, hello. Greetings from realms beyond, Harrier of the Citadel. I hope your creative endeavors have been free of that, one little line that doesn't look quite right. You hear your word repeatedly. The one. Yes. I understand. Thankfully, I've not been drawing much in terms of line work this day. We are filling in the rendering gaps on a bunch of parts that I'd pre-silhouetted out on Sishian's model. So thankfully, there's not a great deal of repeatedly redoing the same line in search of the perfect line. Futile effort on the best of days, but thank you. Yes, it's been going well. I hope you're doing well as well. How goes? Just a little bit harsh, wow. I'm doing, glad to be here. The life of a villain ain't easy sometimes, but it could be worse. It can always be worse, that's for sure. It's so true, it can always be worse. Oh man. All you can do is survive and vibe, right? Do what you can to make a laugh out of everything that goes wrong. Like today, we had so much stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure that my model is frozen a couple of times already. I've been struggling with Wi-Fi issues the entire day. Okay, I lied. It's not the entire day. It's been for several days. It's just gotten really more noticeable than ignorable in the last 48 hours. And it resulted in quite a bit of technical beating of brains against walls in search of solutions that didn't entirely come to fruition, but we'll do what we can. that's starting to get somewhere. This also wants a fabric texture, but not the same one. Let's try this one with... I think this one will work. That is more intentional. Like, this texture isn't something that you're going to see all the time, but you notice its absence. Like, between that and that, you notice its absence. Okay. And then that, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to put the same pattern on the waistcoat. Here. That will make it look more like it's the same fabric. And save button. Save button is in order. Okay. Processing. There we go. So that means that we have almost all of our front cape pieces sorted. It's just the brooch now. Felix, hello, hello. Love a smug aristocrat. Indeed. They always look cool. Okay. Phew. We've got 4 chains on this. We've got 2 dangles and 2 drapes. So let's hide the drapes first and start with danglies. And here what we can do is we're just going to apply a bit of shade at the top and a bit of shine halfway down. Straightforward. here. Shade at the top. Bit of shine. I'm gonna actually add more to the top of that. Like so. Considering the brooch that's coming. And then it's gonna be the drapes. Now these ones are gonna have a little bit more to it because they also go around the back. So these ones are gonna have multiply like that and like that. And then also here. That should do the trick. Okay. Now brush, quite that big, like that. There. There. Undo. And like that. Okay. Let's just zoom in a little bit and just see. There we go. Nice and shiny. Okay. So that is the change for that sorted. Lovely. Okay. Check. So now it's just gonna be the mantle that needs to happen still on the cape and the embroidery on the shoulder. And the brooch. So that will come later. Oh, and I still need to do the trim details on the bottom edge here. What is that? Okay. This is going to be closed. We're going to need another one of these. Put you on top. Empty it. Okay. Grab our silver color. Nope. Find it. That's better. Okay. Now over here, I just want to get the grasp for scale things. That. And fill the gap. Good. All right. Okay, there we go. Save button before I accidentally break anything. That will be that piece of trim in its shape. And I will come back to the rendering on that bit in a little while. Whoops, see, there's another hydrate. So everyone, acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverages, and let's take a sip. It's cold. Okay. I'm going to just hide everything associated with the front bit here so that I can focus on this now. So, I am feeling like this piece of metal is a little bit simple. Maybe it's just that the ratio of metal frame to gem is a bit off. I feel like maybe it should be thinner. The metal piece should be thinner, I feel. But I think what I want to do first is focus on this cord. Where is the cord? Yeah. Like this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna grab edit, outline selection, on border. Okay, that's too much. Just too many pixels. 3. Okay. Filter, blur, Gaussian. Okay. Like that. Shrink selection. Like 3. Okay. Yeah. Fill. Deselect. Blur. Gaussian. So that gives it the first pass of depth. What it requires. It feels like it should be a darker border. Also, no highlight there. And not that. We hopeless. Like so. That should do the trick. Okay. Now it needs also texture. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just make this right. Unclip it. And perfect. Thank you. It's also ideal because it gives me the option to put the shear on it. That, okay, put that down. And now that reads like a piece of rope. Now that reads like a piece of board. Okay, that's exactly what I was hoping. Woohoo! Yippee! Okay, happiness is. Save button. You know what I forgot to do again? I forgot to reset my hydrate timer. Whoopsie! I need to really get back into the habit of remembering to switch that back on. Ah! We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay. Next, let's repeat the process with these other tools. So, start by going Edit, Outline Selection, on border 3. That was on the correct layer. Okay. Edit, outline selection 3. Okay. That. And that. Okay. Grab both of you. Make you linear burn. Cool. Next, grab you. Shrink and pull. Grab you. Shrink and pull. Same thing. Same thing. Okay. Nice. Now, here. That. Pull that up. Pull that across. Give it some shear. Duplicate. Flip. All right. But on this one, I want to flip that around because assuming because the grains of the twist on that board is not going to be in the same direction on these ends coming down. Surely. Or am I being daft? I was being daft. Now what we do is we come over here on our linear burn and just add more shadow to this mix. Same over here. And come up to our loop. And same like that. Give that a bit more depth to work with. Cool. Now let's look at this. Feel like that's a better ratio for gem to frame. Okay. Grab everything, invert, clean up the edges. There we go. That should still be enough to give us our rim over there, like that. Okay, all still good on this front. Yeah, all of those sides are still okay. Alright, so now I just need to adjust all of my shinies over here. So firstly, this needs to go back to the normal layer so that I can see it, and that needs to go. And okay. Right, so what I'm currently busy doing is I'm masking out an area that will be reflective and shiny. line that goes over it will become dynamic. And that works. Okay, I'm happier with that. I do think that needs to be a little bit. Okay. Right, that'll work. Now, this is the accompanying shadow detail. Okay, that will work. That will work. That will work. Okay. That is a lot more in proportion. I'm happier with that now. Okay. And then that symmetry ruler can go away, and hopefully I didn't break the first one. I created the second one. I did in fact not break the first one. That's always good news when you don't accidentally break the first one. Save. Shave button. Okay. So then the next thing is going to be the little silver toggles on the ends of these boards. Of which what I'm going to do is I'm going to make one and then okay. This is what I'm going to do is I'm going to undo that. What I deleted the symmetry ruler. Of course, over here then. Let's make use of it. Okay, something like that. Now we lock the opacity on that. Yes, yes. Okay. The scale trying to get. A little bit of that metallic feel has its challenges. But we're getting there. Okay. Got it. Yes, that's it. Okay. That one. Now what we do? That'll duplicate it. Side. Loop. And over here. Let's make sure that one makes sense. Okay. So then that is the neck is done. Okay, save. Slowly but certainly getting places. Why? That was almost disaster. I hit the clear button thinking it was the save button. That would definitely not be okay. That would definitely not be okay. Oy. Bleh. Right. So let's just check what our progress for the day was. So far. It's a lot of subtle stuff on the texturing side of things that has had to happen today, but we did actually get quite a way. Still need to finish, obviously, that piece from there. We're getting places. I wonder if what's happened to that code. Yeah. Reads similarly to what we see on the reference. I think it reads similarly. Okay. So oh, is that what I did? Oh, that is what I did. Okay. I thought something was looking weird when I was putting these together. I was thinking daftly. I will come back to that when we do those. Okay. I'll have to come back and redo those. Like that. Let's see if it's doing this. Piece of metal. Okay. So, fundamental principles are going to be and layering. Mask off. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go grab that. Invert, flip, and many of them. Okay, select, reselect. And what I want to do is I want to just go this line and just okay. One of a little bit of extra depth. And now we need two. Nope. Okay. Let's pick. Ooh. That one. Grab this line. And it. Okay. I'm not happy with the internal shading on this piece of metal, but I'm happy with that the edge at least gives definition. Perhaps and that actually okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Although I think what I'm gonna do I'm gonna pull that like that. Then I'm gonna create a dual mask system. So grab you, pull it back. No. And pull this up here. And pull this multiply mask. See if closed. Multiply mask. Okay. I'm not going to use it. Oh. Okay. Now, grab you. Grab you. Here. Okay. Now we grab this entire thing. Shrink. No. Leave it as is. Okay. Now we're gonna go here. Okay. And we're gonna go tonal correction, this gradient, right? Okay. mask. And here we add interesting metal shading. And that's a hydrate reminder, so everyone, acquire your nearest safe consumption beverages, and let's take a sip. Hooey! What's the time? Oh wow, look at that. It is in fact time to wrap it up for the day. Crazy. Oh no, Steve escaped me sadly. How's progress going? Progress is going well. We've mostly managed to texture out our front cape section, and actually our back cape section as well. It just needs the fabric texture on it still. As well as some of the accessories on this side. We've managed to render those out to a degree that I am happy with them. So slowly but certainly we're getting all of the parts that we need to be able to import into the next stage of the model rig in place. I'm still finishing up the hair as well. I just wanted to get clothing more sorted as well. A little bit earlier in the day, before I started doing battle with technology, I did the last parameter that was needed for the mouth rig, as well as a couple of updates to how the nose interacts with the mouth as well. So it's slowly but certainly coming together. What I have implemented on that little change, which is different from what you can see on my model, is that when the shrug parameter is applied, in other words, mouth goes up, the nose actually scrunches a little bit, which my model doesn't do. And also when the mouth is open a little bit, the nose also stretches down a bit as well, just so that there's a little bit of bounce, and it's also affected by the mouth X and Y. So it will have a little bit more facial dynamic than my current model does, that's for sure. And I am pretty happy with how that extra little piece of rigging detail just makes everything look a little bit more bouncy and lively. So the face rig is pretty much there. So now it's just finishing the hair, and then I need to draw eye patch. I still need to do the eye patch. And if I can put that on in place as well, then I can put the check mark behind the head and say, okay, head done, sorted. And then it's just the body parts, and then moving on to all of the special details on bubbles and things. So I'm trying to get through getting all of the outfit pieces now rendered. And hopefully when I've got those all in place, the rest of it will come together fairly swiftly. Yes, I have been procrastinating on drawing the hand. But I will be tackling that soonish. It's going to be part of the next batch of things after sorting out the hair as far as organics go. Because it won't be long, and then I'm going to need to start actually importing what I have got here into Live2D to actually start rigging that lot. There are a couple of parts I can probably already start with, like the neck, torso, and the leg before boots and things. So So probably I should be able to start filling those in. And preparing the movement set so that when I've got output parts that need to go on top, I can just slot those into the appropriate movement layers, and then it's just any corrector deformers that will need to be applied accordingly. But for now, we are in good standing. I think I'm gonna call it here for the day. Because otherwise I'm not going to be productive during daylight hours in the next run. Thank you guys for being here despite the scuff, despite the hyper-focusing in on things. I hope you guys had fun. If you were co-working, I hope that you were productive as well. For all the lurkers, I really appreciate it. And to the hotspot as well, I hope that you have a great time whenever it is. So, it feels like it wasn't much in the lines of progress, but we actually got quite a ways through what was needed in this batch. A couple of little corrections. It's a lot of microscopic type of work at this part of the process, but slowly but certainly we are getting progress. Bit by bit we are going to make this all happen. Oh yeah. Let us head back over here, I think. And last save button. Well, we are wrapping up for now. Okay. Ooh-wee. Yes. So obviously with the little bit of scuff that has happened on the text side of things, I am going to be looking at a couple of other desk adjustments. I had at a point wanted to specifically keep microphone on the forward side of the desk for adaptability, but I see that adaptability is not going to work, so I will be doing a little bit more of desk reshuffling somewhere in the course of the next 10 hours to just get a little bit more stability on that front. I'm just thinking, am I being daft on a bunch of things? Still? No. For now, this is the best that I can do in terms of order of operations of what sits on what side of the workstation. I think. I will be doing some messing around with my desk layout in the next 10 hours. Woohoo! And hopefully that will help with a couple of things like line of sight on terms of making sure that I am not looking in weird places when I'm trying to read chat, as well as the microphones, or that sound of getting further away from the microphone, which has been reported. So I will be working on that. I'm kind of really sad that the Wi-Fi is so untrustworthy that I can't actually use the tablet for using Touch Portal anymore. So doing it on the phone, the words are really small on the buttons. So I might have to do some adjustments on that front as well, because I can't operate without the shortcut thingamajig. And with that, I lose access to my stopwatch, which is also a little bit of a pain. But we'll figure things out. So we'll figure things out. And yeah, slowly but certainly we're gonna make progress on all of the fronts. I'm gonna try and put Misthaven stuff on ice as much as my brain will allow over the course of the next couple of days so that I can focus on grinding out a lot more progress on this entire madness. So as much as possible, I'm going to try and put personal projects out of the brain and just focus on commission stuff for now. Unfortunately, that also includes the project that I had wanted to put together for anniversary, but I don't see that happening in the timeline that exists. So, yeah, that's gonna be late. That one's gonna be late. It's only going to be possible after I've got Sishian's model and the character design stuff shipped. I would feel guilty putting personal work out while I've still got these things in the queue. So, I've got the idea captured in its entirety, but the rest of it is going to need to wait. So, wait. But alright then, I'm going to love and leave you for now. I shall see you again. Let me just check. Exactly what time did I say? What time did we say? Is it going to be the same time? No. We're going to be back here a little bit earlier than today for tomorrow's stream. We're doing a color study in preparation for mission for Eldritch Horror of Red, where it's another illustration, and I want to get better at my coloring because I don't feel like I've got a stable method yet. So, good night, Sishian. Yes, we are busy wrapping up and looking at all of the things. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a color study. We're going to be attempting to ingrain a new cell shading method. It's not 100% new, but I have determined that for my style, and we're back. Okay, disconnections continue. Wow. Okay, so yes, I thought I was going to be doing a bunch of different iterations, trying out